Hello everybody, welcome back to the summer book giveaway. I am C.W. Lemoine, author of the Spectre series. Thanks for all the well wishes for Hurricane Barry. We were very lucky that it missed us in our area. No major flooding, just the normal areas from the lakefront and a couple of our rivers in the area, but nothing major, just areas that normally flood when stuff like this happens. Nothing that we expected. Everybody thought it was going to be much like it was in 2016, which was kind of I think it was a 100-year flood, which is ironic because today we're going to talk about Brick by Brick, which happened to be my very first book signing, which happened during the floods of 2016 in that time. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. First off, executive reaction winner. Congratulations to Ron Moore. He's a big fan of the channel, been a long-time subscriber, and also of the Facebook page. So Ron, if you could please send me your address, I will get this book out to you as soon as I can. And also, if you'd like to participate in the Facebook page, facebook.com/CWLemoine, there's a book discussion group that you can join and talk about the books. Today we're going to talk about Brick by Brick, which is book 5. The name is based off of something that Spectre says at the end of book 4, and talking about brick by brick, I'm going to tear down your little empire that the main bad guy has. So that leads into this. But when this book starts, Spectre's in a pretty tight spot. He's not doing well. We're not sure if he's going to survive or not. And so the book kind of works backwards in figuring out what happened with Spectre. He and Decker are working for a senator on a special project, and an F-35 goes down, and they investigate that, and then there's a terror attack, and Spectre and Decker are pinned for the attack, and which leads Spectre to being in prison, and Decker has to go investigate and try to prove their innocence. So in this book, it's more Decker and Kruger than Spectre. Spectre kind of, there's some stuff in prison and stuff like that, and Decker is trying to prove their innocence, and there's more Odin, which, by the way, if you're wondering what the Odin logo looks like, it's right here, Stamus Contra Malum, Standing Against Evil. I made this. You can actually pick up this shirt in my Teespring store, teespring.com/CWLemoine. But so that's the book, and what I wanted to do is a little different than the other books. I wanted to make one really creepy, not creepy, but a very formidable foe, somebody that kind of sends chills down your spine when you're reading about him, because it's just he's evil, and he's bad, and he's ruthless, and it's somebody that you're cheering at the end when the face-off, because it's going to be a tough opponent for the good guys, Kruger, Spectre, and Decker. And it's layered, so you've got this one assassin type, and then it's from there, it's you've got the major overarching conspiracy, which will end at the end of this book. That Brick by Brick finally ends the Chinese political espionage part of the series. And in this book, I wanted to get to do a little bit more of a different feel. It's kind of more of a Brad Thor, Vince Flynn type novel, where it's political. There's a lot of DC stuff. There's a lot of spy, investigative stuff, which, I just was trying to expand and broaden my horizon. So some fun things about this book: it was the first time I did a book signing, which, because of the flood, I was a reserve deputy sheriff. The night prior, we were pulling people out of floods because it was unexpected. No one knew to get out. And book signing didn't go all that great. There wasn't, because of the rain and all that and the flooding, there weren't a whole lot of people. But my first time doing that, and it was also my first time being on TV. I was interviewed by WWL TV on a local author spotlight, and I will post that video at the end of this one, so you can check that out. But it was a pretty big honor, and I was pretty early in my writing career. I'd only been writing books for 3 years, and this was book 5, and it was fun to go on TV and talk about it on live TV, no less. So I was pretty nervous, and I thought it worked out really well, and I was very happy to go do it. So anyway, how do you win this book? So you got to be a subscriber. You've got to like this video, and you have to comment. And by the way, I've already signed the book. This is like take 4 of me trying to get this camera to focus correctly. But I thought about doing I Feel the Need, because Top Gun trailer just came out, but because it is the anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission and the moon landing, let's go with One Small Step for Man. So all you have to do is comment One Small Step for Man, be a subscriber, and like this video, and you can be entered to win, and I will announce the winner on the next one. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time.
C.W. Lemoine is an active duty fighter pilot out of Belle Chase by day, but when he's not flying, he's writing. He's the author of 5 Spectre Series books, and he's got his latest espionage book out, Brick by Brick, and C.W. Lemoine joins us now. Wow, what an interesting person you are. You tell us all the different hats you wear.
Well, a few. And first, thanks for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity. You know, I write the books on the side. I'm a reserve fighter pilot with the United States Navy Reserve down in Belle Chase, reserve deputy with St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office. I used to be a certified Krav Maga instructor. Done a few things.
And a graduate of the A.B. Freeman
yes, ma'am,
School
absolutely.
of Business at Tulane.
Roll wave. So.
Well, so how did you go from being a fighter pilot to writing this series of books?
Well, writing's always been something that I've been interested in. When I was younger, I kind of used it as a way to cope with loss. I lost my mom when I was 12 years old, so I kind of wrote like a mini novella kind of deal. When I got back from Iraq, I started writing, kind of shelved the idea, and I had some free time when I transferred. I used to be Air Force Reserve, flying F-16s. I transferred to the Navy Reserve and had some downtime and picked back up where I left off. And you know, a year later, there's the first book's out. And then when I lost my dad, I kind of put that in the second book to kind of, you know, the characters aren't me, but some of the stories are. The emotions and the feelings and stuff kind of come out in the pages.
Now, this Brick by Brick is your 5th book
Yes,
in this series. Describe the series.
Well, the series follows a former fighter pilot. It kind of starts out, he has an incident in Iraq that grounds him, takes him out of the cockpit, and it kind of goes from a small level conspiracy to all the way to the White House. So we kind of follow his journey as he unravels, you know, peels back the layers from the first book all the way to this book. One interesting thing, you know, Brick by Brick is actually he meets the main bad guy in the 4th book and basically tells him, you know, brick by brick, I'm going to tear your castle down and bury you in the rubble. So I thought that was a really cool way to, you know, start this, but it doesn't always go as planned.
Yeah, and so what kind of reaction have you gotten from your book so far, your series?
It's been positive. One of the surprising things, you know, I thought the audience would be more of the, you know, males aged 30 to 55, but the first book club that ever asked me to go was a women's book club. You know, it actually resonates well with women because they like the character, they like kind of, you know, some of the romance stuff that happens in between some of the scenes, and you know, they enjoy it. So
you see this becoming a movie series one day?
I hope so. I mean, you know, it's just like, you know, like flying. It's luck and timing. You know, it's better to be lucky and good. So I hope so. You know.
And you use your experience in the cockpit. The main character is a pilot.
I do, and one of the things I wrote in the first book, you know, I have interesting stories to tell, but I don't think it's, you know, I'm not a Chris Kyle, I'm not a Marcus Luttrell, I'm not a door kicker that has, you know, real firsthand experience, but I do have, you know, credibility from flying that I can apply to these books. So
well,
try to use that.
And thank you. I'm honored that you allowed me to have your first interview.
Yes,
I did the first interview with C.W. Lemoine. Thank you very much. And you can meet C.W. Lemoine. He's going to be signing books at Barnes & Noble in Mandeville this Saturday from noon until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And for more information about the Spectre series and C.W. Lemoine, you can check out his website. Log on to WWLTV.com, click on links on for, and we will connect you.